Hi travelers, Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm going to be coming to you today with a general reading for the earth signs. So this will be a general reading for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for June 2017. I am working on the individual monthly tarots that are posted up over on the website. In order to access those, you have to get a membership. There are 3 membership levels. But you don't just pay me to come see the tarot readings. There's astrology, there's 2 birth charts, there's articles, there's all kinds of cool stuff. There's an astrology gallery, a metaphysical gallery. I don't have anything in the metaphysical gallery yet, but I am working on it. This is a general reading, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. The readings will stand whether you are male, female, same-sex, heterosexual. If you are interested in getting a personal reading, because that's what it takes to look at your actual situation, is a personal reading. And then I can, answer any questions you may have. You just simply click on whatever those eyes or boxes or whatever those things are that I put in there after editing the video. And that'll take you directly over to the website. And if you're interested in a reading by phone, I ask that you read the tab called Important Information on Booking. And where do you find that? When you get to the site, there's a menu. You'll see it says readings by phone. Hover your mouse over that. A secondary menu will pop out. And at the very top, it says important information on booking. Please read that information before you submit a booking form and make your payment, because it will explain everything that you need to know about getting a phone reading with me. For those of you who might be interested in a video reading, those are good because you get to keep them yourself and you get to look at them over and over again. There's a tab for that, and it explains everything that you need to know. Turnaround time, my turnaround time, I'm going to throw it out there, is 24 to 72 hours from the time that from receipt of payment and form, okay? We have a lot of transits going on. I just did the reading for the air signs and the one for the water signs, and they were really outstanding readings. So you may want to get a chance to go back and take a look at those. But again, the individual monthlies I'm working on, and those are going to be posted. I am still working on that syllabus for the tarot classes. And I am considering, I know I haven't even finished the one project yet, but I'm considering teaching Akashic Records reading courses for those of you who may be interested. And that will be a limited number of people in that class. So I got some things in the works. I hope everybody had a really, really great weekend. I had a great week leading up to the weekend holiday. I went to see ZZ Top. Hadn't seen them since 1999. There's that South Node in Aquarius that I was talking about. And then my friend came and he says, well, you're the most stubborn woman I know, and you're always working, so pack your shit. I'm taking you out on the boat. So we went out to go boating all weekend, and then we had this huge storm blow in. Uranus and Jupiter were fighting it out. It was nerve-wracking being out on the water, but I survived, and I had a great weekend, so I hope everyone else did too. For those of you, and I didn't do this on the other videos, for those of you who are serving and have served, I myself am a veteran, I want to thank you for your service. I will be bringing you a open reading on Friday. I got a lot of stuff in the works. I want to move. I'm considering moving. I don't see it in my cards, but I'm considering moving. I found something that I'm interested in, but I'm not sure about the timing. So anyway, let's go ahead. We've got Jupiter will be going direct on the same day as the full moon, June 9th. Jupiter will be going direct at 13 degrees Libra. If you already have your Zero Aries chart from me that I've created for you, take a look and see if you have Jupiter at 13 degrees, doesn't matter what sign, or any other planet or body at 13 degrees, because Jupiter's going to be making an aspect. My chart is lit up. So Jupiter is all about planting those seeds and clearing the ground so that something can grow. All right. So even though you may have been doing things and you don't feel like anything's happening, trust that they will. Jupiter will be moving into the sign of Scorpio in October. That's a very important sign and house for me. I have a lot of stuff going on in both of those signs, both the sign and the house. And so those of you who don't have your chart, get your dang charts. You get 2 of them when you sign up to the site. You get to create one yourself, okay? And then I create one personally that we use for predictive astrology to kind of help you work through whatever challenges, or to at least help you to kind of recognize what's happening and give you a bit of advice on how to best move through the challenge. Okay, it's like just like the tarot now. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I can give you an indication by looking at the astrology of how things might play out. But ultimately, the decision is yours. Your choices are yours. You're responsible for your own life. All right. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say. This is a mini cross for the month of June for the earth signs. Again, this is for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, whatever. See, don't have your chart. You don't know what the hell's going on. So here we go. It's raining again outside. It's kind of lovely. Well, dun, 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 dun. At the heart of the matter, the Ace of Wands. So far, so good. Aces are all yes cards. So if any of you have been trying to, or been thinking about doing something, the Ace of Wands is a yes card. Okay. Yep. Go ahead and get that started. We have a lot of transits going on in the sign of Gemini. You don't got your chart. You don't know what's in Gemini. You don't know what's happening. You may not have anything in Gemini, but it doesn't mean you won't be affected. It could be somebody else that has something going on that may, they may want to bring you in on it. So the Ace of Wands is, all aces are yeses, but they are also opportunities. So this is the opportunity really for you to reset your ambition, your desires, your goals. This could be surrounding work, losing weight, finding a new relationship, getting them tarot classes up online. It could be anything, okay? And so it represents the energy of summer, which we are moving into. Yes, the solstice will be coming up on the 21st. Yay! So that might be giving us a timing in terms of when we will actually start to see the fruits of our labor come into being. As you can see, that's there are leaves growing on that. Okay. This could also be about a new spiritual journey. I have seen that as well. That some of us may be coming out of a time frame where things have been very difficult for us, but we have managed to come through the fire without getting burned. Okay. Let's see what's crossing. There's that Queen of Cups again. Water sign, but if not a water sign, this is really the energy of, this represents mothers. It represents your home, your heritage, your lineage. For some people, this relates to genetics. You can see that through the charts of the royal family, how the fathers and the sons look alike, how they, particularly as children. This represents what do you need to be nurtured? What do you need emotionally, physically to be nurtured? How do you nurture other people? But it is also about being able to keep your own cup filled. Let's see what is at the base, the root. Three of Cups. In the past, we have the Ten of Swords. What we know to be true, or what we think, God, this card has come out in all three readings. And in the water sign reading, it was in the same exact position. Incredible. Ah, and there's that Hermit. Damn it. I did a reading for somebody the other day that was like, that Hangman card. Yeah, well, it serves a purpose. Well, look what's underneath here. Isn't this something? I'm almost afraid to show it. The Devil. Well, and he represents really the energy of Saturn. And Saturn is limitations, restrictions, reduction, obstacles, challenges, hassles, delays. He rules the sign of Capricorn. If this is a relationship reading, this is speaking to a karmic kind of relationship here. And, some types of karmic relationships turn out to be really, really negative and can be violent and abusive. where there's addictions and all kinds of bad things happening. And then there are other types of karmic relationships where it's like you can't seem to get together with the person. There's always something that it's like holding you guys from actually going through with it. But those either one of those relationships, of course, if you're in a violent, abusive relationship, please seek the help that you need to try to get out of that. But if it's the other kind, both of these types of relationships are designed to have you take a look at yourself, first of all, and there's some perhaps weaknesses within ourselves. Why? Because Saturn his baseline is fear, worry, and anxiety. So if there's any jealousy or possessiveness or, somebody, rejecting you, because sometimes Saturn can be about rejection as well. It's designed for you to take a look at yourself. Why am I attracting these kind of people and relationships? Or why are my relationships turning out the same way? But then the flip side of the Devil card, because he represents the material plane, this could be about, being so stinking buttoned up because you're so afraid to go out and feel something or do something because you don't know how it's going to turn out, that maybe that's exactly what you need to do. Okay? That devil, he's tricky. All right. For some of you in this situation, what we see is that we're trying to get over something that's been very, very difficult. And this can also be, it's known as the victim card. I don't understand why this happened to me, or why does this keep happening to me, or why did that person do that to me? But this is really about your thoughts. Okay. Okay, so maybe they were heavy-handed in what they did or the way they did it or what they said. Because why? It only takes one sword to kill somebody, not damn 10. But it is also the darkest before the dawn. Now, this is the past. And so the energy is moving towards the future. So we can see that we have come out of that, or that we will be coming out of that. And this is about the lesson. This is the lesson. That sometimes maybe we are supposed to be alone because that is not what was in our best interest. But while you're going through that thing, you're being asked to take a really good look at what is true for you. Look at the essence of something. And he is not only a scholar, but he is also a teacher. So inevitably, if you move through this, let's say it's a breakup and you don't, there's no hope of you guys returning back to each other, okay? Well, then take a look at all of the things that went on in that relationship and figure out, why did it erode the way, why did it end the way that it did? What were some of what did I contribute to that as well? Because there's always two sides to every story, right? And if you can get a look at that, then the next person that you meet, when another opportunity for love comes in, all right, you know a little bit more about yourself. How do you expect anybody else to know you when you don't know who you are? You can't expect them to read your damn mind, okay? Or you can, but that'll never work, all right? We have this lovely energy of this queen. And so for those of you, who, this is also about learning to stand on your own 2 feet emotionally and keeping your own cups filled. Now, I can see that for some of you, even though this is going on, there is some kind of celebration. Now, this is coming up June 2nd through, this is this week, coming up this week. This is the timing of this card. June 2nd through, what is that, the 9th? No, it's usually 2 weeks. I think that's the 11th. I'm not sure. I can't read it. Yes, I write on my tarot cards. It helps me to keep all of the planetary things lined up. But this is about, even if maybe some things didn't go the way that you wanted them to, celebrate everything that you do have and everything that you have accomplished. okay? It's very important to treat ourselves and to reward ourselves and to give ourselves a pat on the back. But this could also be about getting together with some friends to celebrate something. Okay, this is coming, this is at the root. So there's something either that maybe you weren't sure about, you were kind of hesitant about. We're looking at the energy as it comes straight down this way. Because supposedly this is what we know to be true. But because this is the high priestess, the answer to her, she sometimes represents the answer is unknown. So maybe if we can look at it that what we know to be true is that we don't know what the truth is, then we should celebrate that because that's a milestone. Okay? Sometimes it's just recognizing that you don't know what the truth is can really be a big help to you. Okay? Because if you don't recognize really what the truth is, then you have the opportunity to go in and search for it. Okay? Isn't that something? Now, this is the overall energy, and I feel that for some of you, you really feel kind of stuck in a situation. And for others of you, it's kind of sort of like one area of your life is going really great and the other area is not going. And you're trying to figure out why that is. Okay. Well, maybe, if you're waiting for a new love to come in, but all you're doing is, hanging out at the house or you're not getting out and do that, then become more proactive. Okay. And get out there and find that person or that thing, whatever it is that you need to, embrace the fun side of the devil. Okay? I do feel these are two big spiritual cards. And so if I'm going to look at these as archetypes of two people, what this tells me is that both people are in a place where they are, one person feels isolated, perhaps, and alone, but they're really trying to get to the essence of whatever it is they need to get to the essence of. The other person already has some idea or, but is not quite sure. They're trying to get in touch with their inner voice. They're trying to, they're getting messages or signs or their intuition is being, but either way, the energies are somewhat very similar to each other. I think one is a bit more austere than the other one. You see, because he's frozen. He's rooted in the snow. He's standing on the mountaintop. And she's sitting by the water. You see, she knows already what to do with those seeds. She knows exactly that they're going to flourish and grow. That's what those pomegranates are saying. She already knows. And she's just waiting for the opportunity to, I don't know, share what she knows about that. Let's take a look at this 10 of Swords here. This could also be, like I was saying, hiding your light under a lamp or hiding your lamp under a light. Well, don't do that. Hold it out. Okay? If you hold it out instead of hiding it, it will help you see your way through the dark. But if you're trying to shine that light out, if you also shine it out with the intention of drawing something into you, it can't find you in the dark. Okay? And here, this represents the moon. And again, there's this theme of femininity and nurturance and care. Mothers, the moon represents the mother. This is a sign of Virgo, represents the sign of Virgo. Maybe some of you might be dealing with a Virgo moon person. Maybe a Gemini person, maybe a Cancer person, maybe a Capricorn person. I mean, it could be anything, right? This could be things that are happening in your chart right now, how the transits might be affecting you in some way. I think the difference between the High Priestess and the Hermit is she's waiting for someone to come ask her what her truth is or what she knows the truth to be. And this individual is trying to find it for themselves. Okay? And maybe that's what this was all about. because swords represent communications, thoughts, perceptions, beliefs, and ideas. And this is a Mercury card. It's Mercury in Cancer. And this is really the idea of talking about or sharing what brings you joy and being able to do that. All right. A lot of people see the devil card and they get freaked out. Yes, devil ain't nothing to be freaked out about. I'm going to look at that devil to see what cards come out on him. Let's look at the Ten of Swords. Disappointment. I think somebody, either the message is that the person someone has moved on with someone else. The tears, the Donna Maritata. Now, this is respect for a married woman, maybe an attached woman, but just in general, it speaks to someone who cares and nurtures. See, she on the physical plane is caring and nurturing. She is more concerned with your spiritual well-being. And so she might be a bit standoffish if you meet this person in person. But she knows things. And maybe what she's doing is she's waiting to see if you're worthy of that physical. Okay? And then we have the La Riunione, reunion. Can't even say it. So for some of you, this is the tears that maybe, somebody left you. Maybe there was a breakup. The person went with somebody else. For others of you, this could be the thought that somebody did that to you, that they've reconciled with somebody else, or that you want to reconcile with them. The reunion. And maybe it hasn't happened yet. We got these frozen cards right here. Okay? Maybe this is saying it's going to be a while yet. And it could be just the disappointment that you wanted to be that important person in somebody's life, and it didn't happen that way. Just because the Hermit comes out doesn't mean you're going to be alone. Some people would read that, oh my God, I'm going to be alone forever. Well, you will be if you don't get out there and do something. And if the person's been mistreating you, and jerking your chain around, and you're heartbroken over that, well, am I ever going to find somebody? You won't if you keep focusing on the jerk, on the wanker that broke your heart. Okay? Not saying that it's going to be easy. Let's see what this Three of Cups, because if we look at it from a clockwise position, yep, look at that. Look at that. Plain as day. The highly spiritual nature. Remember I said this is some kind of karmic relationship here. This is about meeting somebody and really finding the joy in it and clicking with that individual. Okay? Somebody thinking about that, but the relationship went up in flames. This is like the Tower card. And it may have happened quite suddenly, which would why we would have the Sun in Gemini. Somebody just spouting off and saying something right quick, and it went up in flames. Okay? Can we see that? It's a strange 3 cards to come out on that. Let's see what the Hermit is all about. And then we're going to look at this Devil. Then I'm going to close the cards down. Just remember that the universe abhors a vacuum. And if you are filled inside with sadness, bitterness, or anger, or fear, and hurt, honor those feelings, but try to release them, because that's the other kind of relationships or things that you will attract to yourself. Easier said than done. You got to figure out how to do that. I think some of you may have an inkling on how to do that, but you're not sure. This is odd. Because I don't even see, you know, unless I read these as two different women. One unbeknownst to the other. Yeah. La Namika, the woman who acts in secret, or the rival, the other woman. The Viaggio, so this is talking about a visit, maybe that somebody made to see somebody else. They are limited and constrained by that. They are frozen in place. Now, wouldn't it be interesting if what the cards are telling me, if I follow it clockwise, is that the individual thought that this person was going to accept their offer and they didn't. Maybe the person finds out that that person themselves got back with somebody else. Wouldn't that be something? Let's see what this devil is about. Woo! Telling you. This is crazy. Let's see. Let's see what the devil's telling us. And now the person doesn't know what to do. Well, isn't that something? Karma. Karma. And this could be that hidden enemies coming up. They did dirt to you and chased somebody that they just knew was better than you, or whatever the case may be, shinier, newer, brighter, whatever. And that person rejected them. Karma. Now they can understand perhaps how you feel. Lamante, male. Militare, doing something sneaky or trying not to get caught. And the Yardro, I think it backfired. Whatever this is, I think it backfired on the person. Well, some of you may recognize that, some of you may not. Again, personal reading is what it calls for. So, still don't mean that that person is the best person. I mean, think about that. If they threw you over for somebody else and then they come back, you need to think about that real hard. I think the temptation, because that's what the devil represents too, could be mighty powerful. Okay? But you really need to give some thought about that. Because that's like being second best. Who the hell wants to be second best? I want to be first choice, not second and third choice. All right. So think of a question that this did not answer for you. Wow, that's deep. That's not to say you can't work it out, but, you know, give that some thought. Because the devil is all about control. Okay? But remember, he operates from a position of fear. And so if you think if you get a chance to get back with this person, or you hear from them and you still are interested, you know, curb your fear about it. But also that means you're going to have to curb your fear of thinking that the person would do it again. And are you prepared to do, are you prepared to stand in your own cup energy and handle that situation? That Ace of Wands says you can do it. So that's why I think the Hermit is out. All right. Can you see that? In the near future. I keep getting up, turning these lights off and on. In the near future. Okay, now look. Near future could be 3 hours from now. It could be 6 months from now. Okay? Let's pull one Heart Oracle Tarot to see if it can tell us anything else. There is no, you know, things are supposed to happen when they're supposed to. Divine timing. And then I have those people that, but what if he comes back and I find, well, then he just come back. Guess what? His loss. I'm only joking. I mean, you know, look, you cross that bridge when you get to it. If you get to it. Look, there's another Three of Cups. Look at that. There is another Three of Cups. In the near future. Let's see. These damn cards. I'm telling you. That's why I watch soap operas. I just pull cards. Page 43. That's a 7. In the near future. What you are asking about will occur very soon, so you won't have to wait much longer. Stay optimistic and continue upon your current path. Be open to receiving. That's that cup I'm talking about. That Queen of Cups. That's why she showed up in the center. That's the message. That's it. All right, let's look at the Three of Cups. The cards are crazy today. They are talking. Friendship, celebration, rejoice, and community. You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of any desires, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationship. That's what the devil could be too, all about obsession, obsessing over stuff. Instead, focus on your relationships with your friends. Turn to them for support if you need it, and find reasons to celebrate with them. Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you and you for them. Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house and away from your own concerns. How can you positively contribute to your community? Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity group or support group that you've thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others and sharing your love in that way. Don't feel sorry for yourself. It's a part of life, not all of life. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope these messages help you, Earth signs, and until next time, namaste.